What up, Wolves? Blademaster here, back with some more Total War Room 2 online action. And this is the first round that I played in Attila the Great's tournament. And I think that was to celebrate him getting 1k subscribers. So I'm in 2 tournaments now, Milk and Cookies Total Wars 3k subscriber tournament and Attila the Great's 1k subscriber tournament. And of course, congratulations to both of these YouTubers. You absolutely, definitely deserve it. And just like Indy's tournament, which had pretty interesting faction picking rules, Attila's also had some pretty interesting faction picking rules. In this one, this is the first round. All the rounds will be best of 3, I believe, at least until the semifinals and finals. Maybe those are best of 5. But in this one, I've taken. Actually, no, I won't let you know what I've taken immediately. Maybe you'll get to know by these uniforms. But anyways, I'm playing Flower Power in the first round. He's also a fellow Total War YouTuber, and the way this tournament worked is, well, since there are 3 matches, it's going to be a best of 3, right? So since there are 3 matches, the first faction, the first player, the player on the top of the bracket, picks 3 factions. And so suppose I'm going to play against you, and I pick Rome, and then you choose one faction that you want to play with. Then so you choose like Sparta or whatever, and then I choose Lusitani, and then you choose like Pergamon, and finally I choose Pontus, and you choose Galatia. So I get the 3 choices, that is the Rome and Lusitani and Galatia, and I can play with any one of them in my first match. And then you can choose one of the 3 factions that you picked to counter that. So it's pretty cool. For the 3 factions, and we had to pick the factions before we started the best of 3. So for the 3 factions, I think I had the first choice, so I decided to pick Galatia. And in response to that, Flower Power picked Pontus, and for basically as a counter to Pontus, I decided to pick Sparta, and as a counter to Sparta, he decided to pick Lusitani. And finally, I decided to pick Cimmeria, just as a catch-all kind of faction, and he decided to take Rome. So my 3 choices are Galatia, Cimmeria, and Sparta, and his 3 are Pontus, Rome, and Lusitani. So for the first match, he got first pick, so he decided to take Lusitani in his first match, and I decided to take Cimmeria as a counter pick. We are fighting in the map of Armavir. And let's take a look at what build what Flower Power has brought. He has taken 2 Balearic Slingers totally. He's also taken 4 or 5 Iberian Swordsmen, gone all infantry, by the way. Of course, it's completely allowed in the tournament. And the rules in the tournament were maximum of 4 horse archers, maximum of 8 cavalry, and including 4 horse archers, maximum of 8 pikes, and maximum of 6 of the same units. So he's taken 5 Iberian Swordsmen. He's taken a total of 6 veteran shield warriors, 3 on either side, 3 Lusitani nobles. And you can see his Iberian Swordsmen are slaughtering one of my armored horse archers. But besides that, he's brought 2 Balearic Slingers and a couple of Scutari Spearmen. Now, I've gone with the full maximum of allowed horse archers. I've taken 2 armored horse archers and 2 steppe horse archers. Armored horse archers are actually really nice because these are the nomadic armored horse archers, not the Parthian ones. So they have very good melee stats. 37 and 34 can be perfect for killing off Balearic Slingers. So I've brought those 4 cavalry. Besides them, I've brought a pretty big line of hoplites, 3 Cimmerian Noble Infantry, I believe, or is it 4? No, it's 4 Cimmerian Noble Infantry, including a Cimmerian Noble Infantry Gen, 1 hoplite, 1 Scythian hoplite, total of 3 steppe spearmen, 5 Cimmerian heavy archers, and a couple of steppe lancers. Now I've moved around Flower Power in the opening stages of the game, and just trying to harass his Balearic Slingers. I've gotten into pretty decent positions. Let's take a look at the tactical map. You can see I've got 2 of my horse archers in the woods here, which will provide them cover against his 1 slinger here. He's got another slinger back here, which is busy trying to take care of my 2 armored horse archers, which are behind his lines. Now he's turned on a quick reload, so I decided to run away with my armored horse archers, so he'll at the very least he'll tire his own men. Doesn't look like many of his shots are landing. The only casualties I've taken are 10 casualties from his Iberian swords when I moved in too close with my armored horse archer. So he's moving up in front. In terms of the general infantry engagement, if I let him attack my main line, I'm done for. I mean, Lusitani nobles will crush Cimmerian noble infantry. My Scythian hoplites and my regular hoplites will be of no match against his veteran shield warriors. And finally, he's got Iberian swordsmen who can also devastate my main line. So it obviously depends a lot on my Cimmerian heavy archers if I want to win this game. Now I'm moving closer and closer to his main line. Again, he's forced to move in front because I'm not going to be very aggressive with my main line. I'm instead going to keep harassing him with my horse archers. And meanwhile, while he was trying to micro his troops in front, I decided to catch his Beleri slingers in a sneaky charge with my step horse archer. He does micro very well with his Scutari spearmen and screens them off. But I did get a pretty decent little charge in. And what that's going to do is he's going to attack my step horse archers with his Scutari spearmen, and that's going to leave his Beleri slingers pretty unprotected. And my armored horse archers should be able to get a very nice charge off. And with their high melee stats, they will absolutely devastate this Beleri slinger. What I'm going to do is I'm going to charge in and then immediately pull through them so that I can run away from his onrushing Scutari spearmen. Only 3 casualties taken on my armored horse archer, and meanwhile this Beleri slinger is just about ready to run. They are wavering now and they are broken. So what I'm going to do later on is I'm going to use this step horse archer to engage this Beleri slinger in melee, while these Scutari spearmen are running away or running after my armored horse archer, so that I can completely destroy this Beleri slinger. It's still got 74 units, which is quite a lot, but if I can engage it in melee while it's still broken, it will shatter, and then I don't have to worry about it at all. He's kept one Beleri slinger behind his line because he wants to protect against these 2 horse archers, but meanwhile I've got a couple of these horse archers here which are getting good shots on his veteran shield warriors. You can see we are on ultra unit size, so while he was microing and while I was microing our 2 Beleri slingers and our armored horse archers, meanwhile my other 2 horse archers were getting flank shots on his veteran shield warriors, who anyways have very low armor, so they were losing a lot of men. I'm moving up in front with my Cimmerian heavy archer so that I can destroy his Iberian swords. He's made a big mistake here because he's moved up with his front line, his Iberian swords, too quickly. They can be incredibly deadly if left at the rear of your line, so that you can use them as peltas. But they have terrible armor, so even if I don't focus fire with 5 Cimmerian heavy archers who all have 40 missile damage, they will destroy them in a matter of minutes. But I'm running behind with these Cimmerian heavy archers. Now is not the time. It's best to get a couple of volleys off on these units before running back. And meanwhile, I've just taken that opportunity to catch his Beleri slingers again with my step horse archers. They've gotten 41 kills, and those Beleri slingers are just about done. I've finished off the other Beleri slinger, and I've got an armored horse archer over here, which is just about ready to kill off some of these veteran shield warriors. They're taking a lot of damage. Moving up in front with my I'm cutting back with my Cimmerian noble infantry. He's gotten 1 javelin volley off on them, but it's not really killed off any of them. And meanwhile, his Iberian swordsmen are toast if he's going to leave them up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move up with my step spearmen so that they can waste their javelin volleys on them. It doesn't look like he's attacking them, though. He's attacking my Cimmerian heavy archers instead. But I'm going to get a charge in with my step lancers, and these will be very devastating charges. Of course, step lancers are not very good units, but against Iberian swords and Lusitanian units in general, they will be quite effective. I've destroyed that Iberian swords with the combination of my Cimmerian heavy archers and my step lancer charges. You can see that step lancer actually did pretty well. It got like 50 kills, something. The other one hasn't done as well because it moved too close to his line. And meanwhile, I killed off his second Beleri slinger, but I have suffered some casualties in the process. One of my I've got 2 step horse archers. Actually, all my horse archers are still alive, but one of them is pretty depleted. I'm going to get in the rear of his units now, and I'm going to start killing off his Lusitani nobles. I'm doing the same thing with my regular archers, focus firing on his general, and that's a huge weakness of the Lusitani. And Lusitani nobles have terrible armor, so they are going to start dropping very, very, very quickly. Look at the devastation over there. All I had to do was focus fire, and I have 5 Cimmerian heavy archers. I haven't even set precision shot on them yet. But if he's going to leave his noble like this, I don't need to set precision shot. Of course, I'm getting rear shots on heavy shot with my armored horse archer as well. So you can see before they haven't even done anything in the game, and they're just about dead. Again, I'm moving up with my step spearmen, using the second set of step spearmen to again screen off some of his troops. Move back with the rest of my troops, and then start firing javelin volleys on his men while they're busy engaging with my low value units. and now one of his veteran shield warriors are getting really close to my line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge in with my step lancers, and again I'm going to do the same process, just rinse and repeat. Leave my Cimmerian heavy archers to start firing their devastating arrows on these veteran shield warriors, and if I'm going to focus fire on veteran shield warriors, they're going to start dropping very, very, very quickly. I've still got my hoplite line completely intact, and his Scudari spearmen were chasing off my armored horse archers, so I got a rear charge with my hoplites on them, but he's going to counter charge with one of his veteran shield warriors instead. Now, he has gotten into my main line with his veteran shield warriors, but they are pretty depleted. This one is at full strength, but he's got his Lusitani noble general has only 23 units left. Some of his veteran shield warriors have only got 136 men left, but still, he does have a ton of units. He's got a couple of full strength Lusitani nobles. He's still got a lot of veteran shield warriors. One of them has destroyed my step lancers. I was too busy microing my archers. And what I'm going to do with these two archers is I'm going to turn around and get some flank shots on his veteran shield warriors, and they will get destroyed then. I've put hoplite phalanx on my Cimmerian noble infantry. Again, it's not something that I'd want to do because they will start dropping very, very quickly. Even with hoplite phalanx, they are no match for the specialist infantry units that Lusitani units are. It's all going to depend on my Cimmerian heavy archers. So far they've done okay, but it really depends now on how well they can do, because I should make sure that I don't get a lot of friendly fire kills as well. They are on precision shot, and they are getting some kills. They've got a lot of kills so far, but I need to do more stuff like this. I need to use the flanking advantage that I have and start getting flank shots on his units while they're busy engaged with my hoplite phalanxes. He's got some Scudari spearmen that can be quite a nuisance, because I want to get some uninterrupted shots on his veteran shield warriors, kill this veteran shield warrior off, get flanking bonus, and then move in with the extra troops to destroy his flanks, to destroy his main line. His Iberian swordsmen have routed because of concentrated fire from my Cimmerian heavies, and my noble infantry general is going to start dropping. Look at these Lusitani nobles, the amount of kills they've gotten so far. Actually, they've probably destroyed that step spearman first, but they are getting into my Cimmerian noble general, so that's not good news for me. I'm microing the hell out of these Cimmerian heavy archers, trying to get them to run away from his Scudari spearmen, who are chasing after them. I'm going to rear charge with my step horse archers on his veteran shield warriors, just so that they don't run after my Cimmerian heavy archers. His veteran shield warriors are proving to be too much of a match to for my Cimmerian noble infantry. These are very expensive hoplite units, and they're not doing a great job at holding. But I can't really find fault with that, because veteran shield warriors are some of the best infantry units in the game. This is a Cimmerian noble? No, this is a Scythian hoplite unit. That's actually, I chased off one of his Scudari spearmen with, and I'm going to put them on hoplite phalanx, and this is going to give a perfect opportunity for my Cimmerian heavy archers to start showering arrows in his direction. They are starting to drop really quickly, these Scudari spearmen, because they've got their rears turned to Cimmerian heavy archers. I have one armored horse archer unit left that's got 178 kills. He's destroyed my flank, my hoplite line, my one singular hoplite, but they're just going to leave themselves open to Cimmerian heavy archer fire. And I'm also going to get a rear charge with my armored horse archer onto his veteran shield warrior. So that should, at the very least, it should bog them down. I've destroyed that Scudari spearman within a matter of seconds. These Cimmerian heavy archers, if you give them, even a couple of seconds, they will absolutely wreck Lusitani infantry. 104 units left on these veteran shield warriors, but they're already starting to waver because his general has died. These units do have excellent morale, but against a ton of arrow fire, they're just, nothing can really withstand that. He's running after one of my Cimmerian heavy archers, and I've turned with the other one, and I'm going to get rear shots on his veteran shield warriors while they're chasing after them. So before they even get a lot of kills on these Cimmerian heavies, they are going to start wavering, and they will start dying very quickly. 208 kills with his veteran shield warriors, so they have done pretty well. As for the rest of the battle, it is looking quite close, because he's got two Lusitani nobles still left. One of them has 116 men, one of them has got like 92 men. He's rear charged with one of his Iberian swords, but Cimmerian noble infantry will hold out because they've got great morale. I am left with three very depleted Cimmerian noble infantry. My general is just about dead. My fourth Cimmerian noble infantry, though, has got 107 men left. And I've got the Scythian hoplites that's also dying very quickly, but this Cimmerian heavy archer should save the day by getting rear shots on his Iberian swords, so they are probably dead soon. My Cimmerian noble infantry unit on that side is routed. I've only got one Cimmerian noble infantry left at full strength, but I still have a lot of archers, and they are going to have to save me the day if they can. I'm getting just so many shots on his Iberian swords and his veteran shield warriors, and they are just starting to die now and they're starting to waver, which is kind of weird. He does have a ton of men left, and he's got some Lusitani nobles that still have like 83 men left, 112. But I guess it's just that I probably had a lot of ammunition, so the balance of power just started shifting in my favor. And those two units decided to rout. I have no idea why they decided to rout, but I mean that's a huge boost for me, because now all I'm going to do is focus fire on his Lusitani nobles, and they're obviously going to start wavering because they're getting flank shots by Cimmerian heavy archers, and that's the end of the game, you guys. Very cool game, very fun game to play. It's always a challenge playing with Cimmeria, but if you're up to the task, they can be deadly units, or sorry, a deadly faction. And these Cimmerian heavy archers, 248 kills with 186, 225, 163, and 190 kills on them. My step lances, one of them actually proved to be pretty nice. Pretty worth it for the cost. Again, these are units I'd only take on against a couple of factions, very low armored factions like Suebi or Lusitani. My armored horse archers did brilliantly, 110, 191. So did my step horse archers, just proving to be very cost effective. Step spearmen did a brilliant job, even though they didn't get any kills. They managed to stagger his barbarian line, which allowed me to focus fire on only a couple of units at a time. And I think that more than anything, that proved helped me on to my victory. And just by the fact that I was able to focus fire on his general and destroy them very early on in the game, that was a huge blow for Flower Power. But he still could have easily pulled this game out of the bag, but if it weren't for these step spearmen. Cimmerian noble infantry didn't do well at all. I didn't really expect them to do well, but at the very least, they held out those really strong melee infantry that Flower Power brought. And my Hoplites did okay. Scythian Hoplites actually played a pretty crucial role in this game, because they bogged those Scutari spearmen down, and it allowed my Cimmerian heavy archers to destroy that flank very quickly. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this battle. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more. Peace.